Hello and welcome back to the Stellaris Void Dweller series. I'm Lazy Turnip and let's get straight into the action, shall we? Firstly, let's just see what we're doing. So the alloy foundry is currently under construction, so we're just going to wait for that. We have some unemployment here, but there isn't really much we can do about that for now. Oh, the Yuri Chroniclers. What do they want from us? Empire is home to an individual whose brilliant mind transcends the logic of primitives of your species. Well, tons of fronds of khaki are sadly wasted in the Turnip Union. We Yuri have always a use for scientists' work in our archives. Okay, let's have a look. So let's have a look who Franz of Khaki is before we decide whether or not we should give him up. Franz of Khaki, where are you? Busy commanding the TUS Floating Leaf. Who are you? TUS Floating Leaf. Was that the one who had the issue because he was... Let's have a look. No. Which one were you? Franz of Khaki. I don't really want to give him up, he's quite good. He's a good level. So I'm not going to be... no, you're not having him. Sorry. So they've probably made them angry now, but at least we're not bordering them. Yeah, they're not very happy because we rejected their proposal. But they're only dismissive of us, at least. They're not hostile, so that's fine. Alright, so we've got room now for another unit. We've got enough unity now that we can get another tradition. So I'm thinking... we go here for Empire Sprawl from Systems and Colonies. So as we're expanding, that is probably something good, and a war has just been declared. I will investigate that in a moment. So we're going to go for Courier Network, hopefully bring this down. I'll take a moment just for that to take effect. Yep, there we go. That's come right down. Okay, so a war has been declared in the Synthoid Fabricators and the Hathgam Sovereignty. Oh, it's these two again. They're having another scrap. What? Not really very surprising. They've been scrapping all the way through the game, haven't they? But I think now it might be a bit more of a war now, because they have the Hathgam Sovereignty now. So Synthoid Fabricators declared war. Hathgam Sovereignty now have backup in the form of the Dynastic Union of Seramo Prime. So they may not be such an easy pushover this time. Let's just see. Yep, they're at war with the Hathgam Sovereignty and the Dynastic Star Union of Seramo Prime, and they're also allied with the Krakros Star Dynasty. Where are they? Oh, they can't really get to them, so I don't think they're going to be able to help their allies very much. However, the Dynastic Union of Seramo Prime will. So this is going to be interesting how that pans out. We're going to keep an eye on that I'll take another look at that in a bit. Let that play out a little bit more. We can build this for another research station. I'm thinking we can go for research station output increase. Why not? Right, so our science ship over here is finished, so I'm going to send him over to there. We'll scout out around this fallen empire. And we'll do that. Go that way instead, first of all. It doesn't really matter too much, I don't think. And let's also continue our expansion here, because we're now making some good progress this way. And Fegor has also done, so Bede, go and claim that. I might stop doing that for a bit once we get to maybe here, so that we can start focusing more on habitats again. And we can now build a new building here. We have the housing availability, so that's not an issue. So maybe we can go... Which one was I going to turn into consumer goods? Maybe this one, I think. Well, I think it was New Light, actually, I was going to do that with, wasn't I? But we're going to need to start doing it now. So I'm going to build consumer... I'm going to specialise this one towards civilian industries, so you can start building that now. So when that's done, hopefully that will resolve a lot of our problem with consumer goods. We can always buy some, because we are, I think, going to soon start racking up some good energy. But I'd rather not, unless we have to. Let's see how things are going on in the Senate. Still 800 days, so we don't need to worry about that. And yeah, I've just wasted a load of influence on this. That was a big mistake. Oh well, you live and make mistakes as you go along. Don't make the same mistakes as me. This is more. Just use the call-in favours if it's going to be close and you want to try and turn the balance in your favour. I don't think it's really going to work if you are if you're almost certainly going to lose. Just don't bother. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your time like I did. Don't waste your influence. Don't waste your effort. Just accept the way it's going. we're going to be outvoted. Maybe later on we'll be strong enough to overturn it, but we'll see about that. Okay, so we've got one here with gentle winds is now able to build another slot, so I'm going to go ahead and start building some more alloy foundries. I would like to build but I'd rather wait until... Should we... Robot assembly plants? I'll keep 5 energy roboticist jobs. Now let's go for the alloys for now. Might change my mind on that later. So we would like to start building some robotics, and that would also help with our factions as well, because we've got an issue here with... They do not like the fact we do not have any synthetics. I'd rather use them all on this world, rather than start building them on our stations. I mean, if we were really going to optimize it, then having 2 streams of population growth is invaluable, because we'll have the growing and assembling, but I'm thinking maybe not yet. I'd rather specialize a planet, and we've had the artificial moral codes. Oh, and our scientist has just died. Good timing. Just finished artificial moral codes. Let's have a look. We could go for gene modification and self-modification. We could go for planetary capital. I don't think this is going to affect our habitats though. So we go for the gene tailoring. And our scientist has died, so like I said, let's replace our scientist. Let's get a new scientist. There's not really any good ones here. Let's see if we can use one from our existing. For anything useful here? I don't think so. No, they're no good either. So it looks like we're just going to have to settle with one that we've got here. Yeah, it's not really any benefit from either of these two, is there, for physics, which is... we've got one available here. Let's just use him. Let's not waste our energy. Let's not waste our energy for now if we're not really actually going to get anyone that is that good. So we'll leave that for there. So these were the Neborite Raiders. I think they were either mentioned earlier on or in the previous video. Talked about the Neborite Raiders, that we'd found another set of them. I'm to deal with all outsiders for this cycle, so it doesn't sound too keen. So it's interesting actually time to explore what we can do with the Raiders. So if we wanted to, we could send them to go and raid somebody. So what we could do, we don't like the United Aramathi world, so we could send them out to raid them. So you want us to raid one of your rivals? I wonder, maybe we could do... They're closer, so maybe they might actually be better doing that. Let's see. We know of a good raiding target. United Aramathi worlds. Oh, they want money for us to do that, so... I don't really want to have to pay them for it, because that would use up pretty much all of our energy, so no, I'm going to say no for now. I'd rather use that for something that we can do later on. I was also going to have a look at the artisan troop. I just finished the plasteel resources. Can we now build droids? No. Still no droids. Big shame. Let's go for exotic gas refineries. Still need the droids. Let's have a look at the artisan troop. I was going to mention them earlier. I mentioned them earlier on, previously. We can see what they can offer us. So they can... Oh, this is the curators, so that's the wrong one. Artisan troop. Artisan enclave. There we go. Let's have a look what they can offer us. So we can commission an art piece. This would gain access to an art museum decision that we could enact on one of our planets. That would increase the amenities by 15%. Which would actually be really good, because that's something we have been struggling a little bit with. We can put it on one planet. It doesn't use up a slot either. I'm going to go out of that now, but that is something we can have a look at. So if we have our patron, he'll give us... We can, for 3,000 energy, get 10% boost to our unity. That's also quite tempting. But we don't... How much unity are we currently making? 100 and... So that would be worth... Because we're not producing much unity at the moment, I think that's quite a lot for what would basically be an extra 100 unity a month. No, you know what? I think we'll do it. Let's do it. And then we'll have a look at this art piece later on. I think that's something that would be really good to have on some of our habitats as they're growing. Because this is actually now a situation that I was mentioning earlier on, where we're going to need to start offloading population. And that's one reason that I'm going to leave, despite the True Democracy Council being against it, and the fact that this is harming their approval of us. This is the sole reason why I have kept the ability for us to move around populations. So the resettlement, that's the only reason that I have kept it in place, is because of issues like this. This one is nearly going to be overcrowded. We've got one more housing slot available, in which case what we're going to need to then do is offload somebody into another habitat. This one we have some space, we have some jobs here, but I'm thinking send him to one of the ones that are expanding, so maybe this one might be better suited. So if we move one pot from Forever Spring to Gentle Winds, this is what you're going to need to do once you start. Have a look. So Forever Spring to Gentle Winds. So let's find Gentle Winds, there it is, and let's find our unemployed pop. Here he is. Cost us 100 energy to do it. Yep, we're going to need to. Off you go. And that's freeing up one slot of housing, which is good. There are things we can do later on to improve how we use the housing, and we've had an archaeological dig site pending. So we're making some progress on this one. This was chapter 1. Refined material has been uncovered, and while further study is needed, our initial impression is that the remains of a vast battle site. It appears that one of the sides descended from orbit and was again in planet-bound and engaged by planet-bound defenders. Why there was no orbital bombardment and who the victim was remains unclear. 250 science, society research, and an artifact. There's actually things we can do with those artifacts. I'll have a look at that in a moment. This is this one's progressing. I think it was the one in Trappist. Yeah, it's this one here, around the Trappist system. If we have a look in situation log, can we just refresh on what exactly this was? Ancient battle site. Sands of Trappist 6 have revealed an area packed with refined materials and scattered radiologicals. So it's this one that we already started. But I'm going to have a look now to see how we can use our artifacts. Let's have a look at that now. So to go and have a look, we have a look in Traditions and Relics, and then we go to Relics. So what we can do with these, we currently have 10 here. If we have enough of them, we can use them to discover a precursor insight. Now that's something we may need to do because we don't have many in our space, and we're not aware of many more nearby. But we'll see how things pan out with the precursor events there. We can sell them to collectors if we need some more energy. I don't really want to do that at the moment. And we can use them as museum exhibits. So if we get, that's down as a planetary decision. So if we go into one of our habitats, let's have a look. It'll be in here somewhere. Send artifacts to museum. Send artifacts to museum exhibits. That will give culture worker output 20%. I don't think that's really going to be worth it though. We're not really having any difficulties with our amenities on this world, so that's not. I don't think we're going to need to do that. But that's just a little bit about what we can do with the artifacts for now. Hopefully we'll be able to do something with them later on. And we also got here some special ones. These are triumphs. These are special artifacts that we can find. That one of these may have a special artifact. But we're going to have a look. We're going to wait and find out. Okay, so the Euro Commerce League has now established a new branch office on Rapper Prime. Let's have a look at that. Where has it gone? Here it is. Corporate office. They're currently building a commercial forum. I think they had one already on one of our worlds. Yeah, here they go. They had one. They have one on beauty. I don't think they have any others though. No, it's just those two now. But that's one thing that the Megacorps can do, and it does, as I said, give you a small boost to production. So there you go. That's good. And energy, yeah, let's keep that. It's going well. Federation is looking good, and because they have divergent ethics, that's a little bit of a problem. But I mean, it's not ideal, is it? But let's not do that. Let's not kick them. We have favors to collect from them. Okay. And the galactic community, yeah, this is going to pass, and it's going to heavily disadvantage us. But like I said, maybe if we're more powerful later on, they might have the ability to overturn it later on. Alright, so we've had some technology finished. Let's go and have a look. Automation station protocols. So we've got improved research on our stations. So what we could go for now disruptors, research complexes. We're probably not going to be building these, so let's just go for the disruptors. I don't think we're going to be building the improved research complexes. If it was on planets, I'd probably be going for that, because that is what you do. You improve the buildings you've got on here. But because we are using these slots instead, we're not really going to be using them much, if at all. And I'm considering getting rid of this one actually. Right, so have we got our technology? No, we still have not got what we wanted. Let's just go for the space torpedoes, and we've also got to sort out our physics research. Let's go for archaeology skill. Yeah, let's have that. That'll improve our ability to start finding out more about these sites. Some breakthrough chance of 20%, so this may tick over soon. In the meantime, let's have a look. Let's just wait and see. Okay, so it looks like the resolution has unfortunately been passed. So this is the intergalactic law that we wanted to see get rejected has been passed. So now if we have a look at the resolutions, we can have a look at the readied shield. That's the one we didn't want to see in place. So I mean, we could look at repealing it, but there isn't much support for that at the moment, which is a shame. Our Guardian Angels Act is still creeping up here, still in 3rd place at the moment to get our... It has increased our weight, but I think we've fallen back a position because of the improved position of fleets, which we don't have much of one. So I think we have dropped a couple of places in the order. We could offset that by building some more fleets, but I don't really want to do that. Again, we're not really looking to go to war yet. Not something we're looking at. One thing I did mention we were going to have a look at is what's going on with this war. See if anyone is making progress. So it looks like the Hathgam sovereignty is losing some ground. They currently have 3 of their systems occupied. I don't know if this is because they haven't yet come to their aid, perhaps. And we've finished the archaeological site. Let's go and have a look. What has finished? Nope, wrong one. Let's have a look. So we've conducted these forces from the Destroyers are a race of extra-dimensional nomads invaded TRAPPIST-6, which at the time belonged to those who resist, a coalition of several different species from scattered records. We believe that the war was mostly fought elsewhere in the galaxy, and TRAPPIST-6 was an attempt by those who resist to establish a secret colony outside the reach of the Destroyers. The outcome of this battle and the larger war remained unknown, but study of the wrecked war machines has yielded some valuable information. Interesting. Crystal-infused plating. So that's an additional option now on research. We've got 6 minor artifacts, so that has boosted our supply of artifacts, which is really good. Gives us more options later on. Anyway, let's continue with the game here. We've currently got 2 more years. Every 2 years this will meet again. So we're going to wait a little bit longer for the next one. The next one we're going to be supporting. Let's oppose this one. Buzzword standardization. I don't really want this one. But the next one, cooperative research channels, we want to see that one in place. Now again, we're going to need to start looking to offload one of our population now that the unemployed, now you've got this pop back. I'm going to be resettling another pop. I think we will send another one. I think we'll send this one actually this time. Can't send a new light, although actually what we need to do here is build some more housing. So I'm going to go ahead and build a habitation district on New Light. Let's have a look at our other stations. This one's also going to have a problem with housing soon as well. And it's also got, actually, let's have a look at amenities here. We've got no problem there with amenities. So I'm going to go ahead and build a trade district here. And let's have a look here. We've got enough slots here. So there's not really anything, although they will need some jobs soon. So you know what, I'm just going to build another trade district here as well. But we've now got the problem here. We can't expand this one, so this will soon have the same issue that Forever Spring is currently having. This is again where we need to offload more pops. So let's actually have a look what we can do. I think we're going to need to, and we've got actually 3 jobs, which is a bit annoying. Which means we probably have too many trade districts. We probably don't need this if we have enough amenities without it. So if we get rid of, I believe each one has 3, so each one produces 6, so 3 of them produce 6 amenities. We're net positive. So I'm thinking we could get rid of a trade district It'll affect our trade value, which will reduce our energy, but it will have the effect of allowing us to build a habitation district. Now, if we build a habitation district, it'll allow us to house more pops and we'll get more jobs through these slots. So I'm thinking that's what we're going to do. So if we replace a trade district with, there we go. Oh, hang on. Cancel that. We do it the other way around, so we replace with a habitation district. So that's now going to be underway. I think we're also going to look to do a similar thing on some of the other worlds. If we have a look here, we've got jobs here. So if, again, got enough there, so it's going to harm the amenities. So the population here will be a little bit less happy, but it's something we need to optimize production on each world. So we're going to remove another trade district here and another one here. I'm hoping this will turn out as I hope. I may regret this decision, but let's soon find out. And on this world as well, I think we're going to go for another Astro mining bay. Currently have enough amenities here, so we're going to do that. These trade districts, as I just saw, I'm now getting rid of them, but for now it's fine. Need the amenities from it. Okay, so we've had an event from the artisan troop. They've got nothing produced, so we're not going to get any benefit from this. However, what we can use of this, we can expend 500 energy and get 50 influence. And we've actually got enough to build a couple new habitats, actually, although the influence isn't there. But in terms of alloys, we could build 2 now. We only have enough influence for 1. So let's donate to them, get a bit more influence. And we're also going to set up another habitat. So let's get that underway. If we zoom in here then, let's go back to, I think we were going to do one here on New Beginning. So let's go and build a habitat. There we go. Another one underway. And then we can wait for another one as well. I think what we're going to be doing is filling out this system. So if we can, got another one here, Hope's Tendrils, and then we're going to look at our other systems. There's nothing much really useful elsewhere. There is, however, some minerals that we could be collecting, so let's just do that now. We can't build a station on this one because it's a moon rather than a planet, so there's no point not building that. Can't believe I didn't. I think I noticed that earlier on, but for some reason I decided not to do anything with it at the time. But now it's time to change that. I think it was because I was struggling with resources, but I'm not totally sure. But anyway, we're correcting that problem now. And we've had another war. Let's have a look. What's going on here? It's the League of Makar and the Galactic Hegemony. So there's another war over here in this part of the galaxy. League of Makar, they don't actually border. Oh no, they do border each other because they are cut off and have 2 separate parts of their empire. So let's have a look. Who's the war between? Are there any other? It's just a one-on-one. Neither of them have any allies. Neither of them have any friends. Yeah, it's just 1 versus 1. So it's another one for us to keep an eye on to see how that turns out. I'm betting on the League of Makar. I think they're going to take this. And then the Custodians of Anti-Sovereignty may start feeling a bit threatened, as the League of Makar is quite powerful. Yes, they may start feeling threatened soon. Maybe that will make them reconsider their position. Alright, so now that our science ship has finished there, let's send them out to explore another one. I think we can send him a stalk of lavender over to the Hauer system, and we can get this excavation site underway. So let's just wait for him to get there, and we'll see what we find. It's going to be an interesting find now that we're getting more of these excavations underway. That was quite a quick one actually on Trappist, so maybe we can find another quick one with an interesting story. And we've got another war. Let's have a look. What's happening now? 001 sequence declared war in the League of Makar. Oh. So they're trying to take advantage of the fact they're going to be distracted. The AI is being much more aggressive in this version of the game. We had a little bit of a problem with that on the previous one. It seems they are now being much more opportunistic. Let's see what they're doing. So this war, League of Makar, at war with the League of Makar and the Mandate of Pulvis. So the Mandate of Pulvis has now come to their aid. I don't think they're helping them here, though, are they? Where's the Mandate of Pulvis? Over here. I don't think they're going to be helping. No, they're not helping against. Oh, we'll find out here. I don't think they're helping against them, are they? No, they're not involved in that war, but they are helping 001 sequence there. And I think the Lozava entity will also be involved, yep, because they are, yep, League of Makar and the Mandate of Pulvis. So these two, so we've got these two. Effectively, this part of the galaxy is now on fire, so we'll just watch how that unfolds. Not much we can do about that, and we've got some, so we could look to improve our people. Let's see how we can do that. So if we're, is there one here? I believe there's one we can, called communal, where we can make them much happier living in housing to reduce the amount of housing each one uses. So I'm thinking this might be a benefit if we use this now. So I'm actually going to do this, create template, and we're going to make our population communal. Okay, so we go into here and apply the template. If we then apply it to all the pops, this is going to use it 6,850 society research. It'll also include any population still being built. So we're going to go ahead and get that started. There we go. So research, that will finish in 25 months. The communal one will mean we reduce the amount of housing we're using, so that will be really helpful for considering that's something we're going to start struggling with. And the orbital mandate has been fulfilled. Let's set up another research. I think we'll go for... we don't really need that. Go for the hyper entertainment forums just to get another one, but it's not really going to do anything yet because we're currently modifying a species. But we get 821 unity. So that's given, we'll speed up that. So we're only 8 months away, and then we fulfilled our expansion tree. And then we can get another ascension perk. Alright, so we finished some research. Let's get that sorted out. Okay, so we've got these two have both finished at the same time. So if we go for the... Oh, how long will this take? 817 months, still too long. Let's go for the UV laser, and let's see if we've got anything here. So we've got robo modding. We don't have the robots to do that yet, but that will be useful when we do. So I'm going to go for that. Get some robo modding. That will allow us to modify robots, not just our own species. Which will be really good if we can specialise our robots for a specific purpose. And here we go. We've got our Unity tradition. So we'll fill out this, fill out the expansion tree, and then we will get our next ascension perk. So let's have a little look what we want to do. So if we go for this, this will reduce our amenity usage. One vision, that might be quite useful to do. Mastery of nature for us is going to be pretty much useless. The reason being we're not going to be settling on many worlds, so this will be maybe only useful on 1 or 2 worlds, and even then, it's just not worth using a valuable slot over. If we go for Shared Destiny, I don't think that's going to really apply to us yet at the moment. Executive Vigor, if we go for administrative capacity, would be quite good. Maybe we can look at that later on, however. Starbase capacity, we don't really have many star-bases, so that's not an issue. Galactic Force Protection. Engineered Evolution is something I might be interested in later on, so we can... This takes you down the biological ascension tree, which will allow you to much more heavily modify your pops and also specialise them. It could end up in a situation where we could start specialising them. Maybe we could theoretically use it to actually start colonising on planets, but I'm not really wanting to do that at the moment. I would rather we stayed in star bases because that's part of the playstyle. I just want to stick to star bases for our pops, although that's not necessarily the case for robots. I'm thinking for now, for the Unity, pops amenities usage, and not so much for the governing ethics attraction, but for the amenities, the reduced amenities usage and the Unity, I'm going to go for 1 vision. Because that's on star bases we're going to struggle for amenities, so we're going to go for that. And we'll see how that works out, because one of ours has, yeah, we've kind of got +3. So that's improved the situation on this world. It's gone from -1 to +3, so that's perfect. That's done what we wanted it to. Okay, so we've got room now on one of our planets for an additional slot. So I'm thinking we could go for some more alloys. Let's keep ramping up our alloy production. Metallurgist jobs, we've got 2 more jobs, we've got enough amenities to cope with that. And we've also got 2 slots here. We could also improve our capital, so I'm thinking I'm going to do that first of all before we start using that slot. And also a slot here. Which one were we doing on consumer goods? This one. So maybe we could start moving. We'll leave it because I want to get to the 40 on all of these worlds. Then we can get another slot there. So we've got enough jobs here. So I'm actually not going to do anything here yet with that slot. So I'm going to leave that be. Okay, so I think now let's have a little look at the galactic community. We've got 2 more days here. Let's let this tick over and see what's going to happen on the Senate floor. It looks like this has more or less universal support. So this should get passed without too much of an issue, which is good for us. This is one that's going to benefit us quite heavily. So we're going to leave that be. I think now that actually marks a good point to end this video. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, if you're enjoying, please like and subscribe. Thank you very much, and enjoy the rest of your day.